We're asked to plot the given negative angles in radians in standard position and then convert the angles to exact degree measure. If you're not comfortable with radians, you could convert the angles to degrees first and then sketch them in standard position, but I think there is value in being able to sketch an angle in standard position when it's in radians, and therefore we'll take this approach. For number 1, we have negative 2/3 pi radians, or negative 2 pi divided by 3 radians. In standard position, the initial side is along the positive x-axis. And now from here, because the angle is negative 2/3 pi radians, we need to rotate 2/3 pi radians in the clockwise direction. Well, half a rotation clockwise is negative pi radians. And since our denominator is 3, if we divide this into 3 equal parts, each part will represent negative 1/3 pi radians. So this is where negative pi radians terminates, and therefore negative 1/3 pi radians would terminate here. Negative 2/3 pi radians would terminate here. Again, if we count by negative 1/3 pi, we have negative 1/3 pi, negative 2/3 pi, negative 3/3 pi, which is negative pi radians. Starting at the initial side and rotating clockwise, we have negative 1/3 pi and negative 2/3 pi radians. This is the terminal side for negative 2/3 pi radians. To convert to degrees, we multiply by 180 degrees divided by pi. Simplifying before multiplying, pi divided by pi simplifies to 1. 3 and 180 share a common factor of 3. There's 1, 3, and 3, and 63s in 180. Multiplying, we have negative 2 times 60 degrees, which is negative 120 degrees. We can easily check this using the Desmos scientific calculator. We simply enter negative 2 pi divided by 3, right arrow, times 180 divided by pi, and we do get negative 120 degrees. For number 2, we have negative 7/2 pi radians, or negative 7 pi divided by 2 radians. In standard position, the initial side is along the positive x-axis, and now we rotate clockwise 7/2 pi radians. A quarter of a rotation clockwise would be negative 1/2 pi radians, and we can use it to determine the terminal side of negative 7/2 pi radians. We simply count by negative 1/2 pi radians. We have negative 1/2 pi, negative 2/2 pi, negative 3/2 pi, negative 4/2 pi, negative 5/2 pi, negative 6/2 pi, and finally negative 7/2 pi. This is the terminal side for the angle negative 7/2 pi radians. To convert to degrees, we multiply negative 7 pi divided by 2 times 180 degrees divided by pi. Simplifying, pi divided by pi simplifies to 1. 2 and 180 share a common factor of 2. There's 1, 2, and 2. 92s and 180. Multiplying, we have negative 7 times 90 degrees, which is negative 630 degrees. And for the last example, we have negative 11 pi divided by 6 radians, or negative 11/6 pi radians. In standard position, the initial side is along the positive x-axis, and now we rotate clockwise 11/6 pi radians. Well, half a rotation clockwise would be negative 6/6 pi radians. And now let's keep going by 1/6 pi radians. We have negative 7/6 pi, negative 8/6 pi, negative 9/6 pi, negative 10/6 pi, and negative 11/6 pi. This is the terminal side. This is the standard position for the angle negative 11/6 pi radians. And again, to convert to degrees, we multiply by 180 degrees divided by pi. Simplifying, pi divided by pi simplifies to 1. 6 and 180 share a common factor of 6. There's 1, 6, and 6, and 36s in 180. We have negative 11 times 3 degrees, which is negative 330 degrees. Let's go and check these last two using the calculator. So for number 2, we had negative 7 pi divided by 2, right arrow, times 180 divided by pi, which does give us negative 630 degrees. And for number 3, we have negative 11 pi divided by 6, right arrow, times 180 divided by pi, which does give us negative 330 degrees. And I should have a little degree symbol here. I hope you found this helpful.